What's up everyone, it's Trinidad, and in this video I have for you some wombo combos for the Gagaga deck that I run. And if you run it too, you should be familiar with some of this stuff. If you go for the rank 4 variants, which is going to look pretty popular, there's going to be other combos coming out with the new support. But for right now, I've actually been wanting to do a video like this, honestly, and it was suggested in the Gagaga deck profile, so I was like, you know what, I might as well. So here's a few of my combos. I'm not going to take full credit. They're not really my combos. They're just the combos I think in the deck. And obviously, there's the OTK, which, you use these two. And you can use a few ways to get it out. Which if it's turn 2, hopefully, you could onomatopoeia, send it to the graveyard. There's different ways. I'm not going to do test hands or show you, but I'm going to basically say get these two out. I only run the one her because you only need it, but whether you Academy Network her out from the deck and then normal summon this if your opponent controls a monster. Hopefully it's a special summon monster and the monster has over 2,800 attack points. Then you can make this level 5, copy the level, and then exceed into Chronomy Machumek. Because what this does is it's a really good combo in which, and I guess I should just explain it, that when she's used with a Gagaga monster, so you can either use these two or even sister and girl, because if you use her effect to add theirs, they become level 5, so you can either turn her 5 with him or use these two to become level 5. Once you use girl, which is the main piece of this, Machumek now summons and is able to make any special summon monster have 0 attack. Reason why that's important is because of Machumek's effect, and that is once returned, you can attach 1 Xyz material from this card to target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the difference between its original attack and current attack. So if it's 2,800 attack or over, they're taking that much damage. So I love the Blue Eyes format when Blue Eyes was kind of really good because they would just kind of sit on like an alternative or something or a big monster without a negate. So this was so easy to get done. And so this would make that monster 0. They take 2,800, 3,000, whatever, even if it's like late game, if they have any special monster. So the OTK is anything else, then this gains the attack. So they take like 20, let's say they take 3,000 damage. So it's like I said, if the Blue Eyes is on the field, they take 3,000 direct damage because their attack is 0. You gain that, you're at 5,400. So 3,000 plus 54 is 84 game. So that's it. That's all you have to do, detach and attack. Easy, simple. It's the wombo combo that I think every Gagaga deck needs. If you're going to have these 3 in the deck, then run at least one. At least one. So obviously there's other ones. There's, everybody knows the Utopia double or nothing, where you just get out Utopia double with any form of rank 4 stuff. The only thing you can't do it with is head. So with head, sadly, you can only use Gagagas as Xyz materials to Xyz summon. So if you use his effect to bring out, let's say, these two from the deck, you can't then, use these and use its effect. You can't do that. But there's a lot of ways to get level 4s in this deck. Whether it just be Magician and, just summon him. This is a really good card right now, Utopic Onomatopoeia, which from the OCG rulings and everything I'm seeing, you can use one Onomatopoeia, discard any card, and end up getting 2 if you really need to. But honestly, I would say just get 1. My usual targets are actually these right here. I usually get these because if I have a card like Allure, then I'm able to just allure this away and gain advantage. So that's what I use it for. If I don't have Allure, then I'll probably grab an Utopic Onomatopoeia. So that's what I would do. Just to gain advantage, and Sister can get you plenty of things like a Gaga Wind or a Bolt or something to just, anything you need to search for. So the Utopia, the combo is just easy. So honestly, with you just normal summon this, activate effect, and any Gagaga that's level 4, which we're running a few, basically all the level 4s. So there's Mancer, there's Gardna, and then you can also just normal summon Sister, and if you have Child in hand, special summon Child, whatever. I always do in defense mode, you never know. It's just a habit of mine, search for bolts to destroy back row or anything you need that you might think might get to you. Which I should actually pull out bolts. Keep talking about it and I haven't even pulled it out. So let's say like you have these 2 cards in your hand and you're going turn 2, which this is a very turn 2 orientated deck. You don't really build a board. You just kind of like react to what your opponent's doing. And so you just, normal summon Sister. If they have no negates or anything like that, that's fine. You get bolts. And even if they do Ash this, then that's totally fine. Because if they Ash this and you go for this play and you special summon, you activate her effect, now they're both level 4s, then boom, that's Utopia double. They can't really Ash this now because they've already activated an Ash. So that works out. Obviously, detach whatever you need to. Get double or nothing, special summon Utopia. We all know this combo right now. Attack for 10k. So this deck does it super easy. There's just different ways to get to it. But if you are going first, if your opponent ends up you going first, this is why I actually play multiple Childs. I like to, draw into it. So you can, Sister, get whatever you need. Child, and then just kind of, for fun, deal 800 points of damage, especially if it's game 3, and you just, that's totally fine. This is a going second deck, but you can play that, or even if you have Magician, normal summon it, turn his level to whatever you might think you need. So if you need some spell negation, I would say, I don't know, he can only go to level 8, so I would say turn him to level 8. Special summon Child, because you can't even have a battle phase your turn 1. Copy the level, because this one you can copy level if you want. You can, if you control a Gaga monster other than Child, you can special summon this card. When you do, you can target. You don't have to. You can target a Gaga monster you control with a different level, and it becomes the level of that monster. So you can't conduct your battle phase. So turn 1, that's totally fine. Other times, it's just more of a combo piece to just special summon out, and you're using her effect, not his effect, to copy. I mean, you don't really need to copy. They're both 2 anyways. So you do that, turn him to 8, and you get a turn 1. What I like to play is Dragon Knight Felgrand or Hope Harbinger. So if I know my opponent has a deck that like revolves around a monster effect, I'll go for Divine Dragon Knight Felgrand. And sometimes this can really shut down a deck sometimes. When the Blue Eyes format was strong, I would go for Gagaga Revenge. I'd like Onomatopoeia, get Sister, try to like send him to the graveyard, normal summon, activate Onomatopoeia, and just make them 8, and it would be 31. And it was hard a lot of times for my friends to get over it. They just didn't have an answer because I could just protect him. It's a very underrated card, I think. But then there's also Titanic Galaxy, as you know, Hope Harbinger. So you can just eat up a spell card if you want to. It's a quick effect. Sad thing about Gagagas is a lot of their stuff is like one-trick ponies. It's like one and done. You don't like have multiple negates. You can get one negate. And if you are going first, you can run Solemns. Hopefully you draw into them and just set them, or even Super Poly. You can set Super Poly. I don't think you should. I think you should keep Super Polys in your hand when you're playing Gagagas, just because you don't get a lot of great advantages. You're using up 2 to get 1, but you're really trying to just be reactive, and you're just trying to see, oh well, my opponent's playing a certain deck, I can something that. You can also, if you really need to, go into just 6 and just go into you can go into Norito, although it all depends on what you really want. Or if you can't get over anything, you can now make him 7, copy that level, and go into Big Eye and just take an opponent's monster. There's that. Those are the Xyz plays, I would say. you can also make all your opponent's monsters like have zero attack. If you're just like, oh, okay, well, I want to, what would it be, like normal summon, activate effect, and grab whatever. Sometimes wind would be cool. Bolt, do what you need. And then you can even like wind out this if you have this in your hand. So I mean, this is kind of a stacked hand, but let's just say for the sake of it, you have this and an extra card. I don't know, like, it doesn't really matter. This is a really big hand to get, but we actually play 3 of these, and then I'm playing 2 of the child. So I'm playing multiple ones. So, you know, you can summon, get wind from your deck or whatever. Special summon this because it is always considered a Gagaga. And then, you know, special summon this from your hand, whatever, and use his effect to special summon that. And I don't think there's any restriction or anything like that. Yeah, you can only use Xyz monsters for the rest of the turn. So that's totally fine because you can just like turn this into 6, or you can copy this with that, or this with that, and then you can either go, how do I say? You have like so much options here. You can even go like 8 if you want to, and just kind of like make this 8, copy that, or add it actually, and then go Gustav Max, blow up the field, and this is just extra damage really. Or like turn this one with this, and then get the whole Utopia double out, like do the Utopia double combo, whatever, and then this is just extra damage on board. Or like I said, turn everything into 0. So what I meant by that is like copy these 2 and, or like add them. Oh, this is not, oh yeah, you could, I was like, it's not a spellcaster, but you don't really even need a spellcaster. So now you can go into, where is it? I just had it, didn't I? Utopia Beyond. So now all your opponent's monsters are 0. This is 3,000. This is an extra little 800, little 1,500. It's not an OTK. Or even what I've been doing recently, and what I saw is like, so I'll get this board. I'll make just normal, everyday Utopia. And then from there, just make it the lightning. It's just so simple. These are very simple combos. Nothing too crazy. And that's, you know, 5k hitting and then an extra, like if it hits a monster, obviously. And then just extra damage. Like it is a lot of cards in hands, but even if you didn't have it, if you didn't have this, it's just ways to get easy cards, and it's very simple. You just kind of know what you have to play. You have to play slow, but at the same time, when you get the pieces you need, just go for it. Obviously, there's other cards out there. You can play Twin Twisters to make sure the back row is fine, although I'm just kind of like supporting on Bolt now because it's searchable. And not a lot of people run the back rows. I mean, I even at one point thought of just running Mystic Mind, like some field cards in here, running Mystic Mind to like hold it down before I get my combo pieces, and then using that one field card with the Utopias, and then every time it gets countered, like Gagaga monsters gain like 100 attack points or something like that. But yeah, those are just a few of the wombo combos and a few of the things I've come up with playing, like experience-wise, just knowing what to do. So sorry it's a mess. I really don't have a format to like show off these plays because it's all just, it just kind of sort of happens. Obviously it's heart of the cards, luck of the draw, all that stuff. And yeah, I guess if you have any questions, leave them down below. I don't know if I'm gonna do any more combo videos. I really don't, like I said, don't have a format on this, but decided to just try it out. Anyways, thanks for watching. Peace.